Thank you. Hello, my name is Oliver Hall. Beside me is
Mhm.
State Public Defender Adrian Jax. Now, I'm an attorney with Hunt and O'Hagan, premier law firm in San Andreas. We are representing Miss Jax. I've come to share some news regarding her case. Now, earlier this week, she was arrested on charges of kidnapping, torture and mutilation, and attempted murder. Now, I want to stress that this indictment is in its first stages. The state has not proved beyond a reasonable doubt that my client has committed any wrongdoing, and she, of course, is presumed innocent until she is proven guilty. Now, this case, it underlines many of the problems that we've seen in San Andreas for so long. We've seen corruption, we've seen mismanagement of not only criminal cases, the criminal justice system investigations, and of course, the trial process. In this case is no different. We're seeing the same, if not more, in this case. We've seen illegal searches and seizures of Miss Jax's property. We've seen mishandled evidence by the state. We've seen the investigators and the prosecutors doing whatever they can, despite the evidence, to go after Miss Jax just because they want to take her down. Now, the reason that they want to take out Miss Jax, stop her, convict her of these trumped up charges, baseless, without evidence, and we're going to see that through the trial. The reason that they're going after her is not because they've done what the American justice system requires, that they looked at the evidence impartially, that they found criminal wrongdoing, and based on the evidence, that the charges were appropriate. Not any of that in this case. They're going after her simply because she is the state public defender, because of her past in politics. She used to be the lieutenant governor. They want to take her down because if she's out of the way, if the public defender's office is crippled, there's nothing standing in their way from coming after you, the citizens
Yeah.
of San Andreas.
Yeah.
If she's not
Yeah.
there, her public defender's office isn't there up and running, defending people from these charges, baseless, many of which we've seen recently. If she's not there to defend them, there's nothing standing in the way from tyranny, from officers arresting people without cause, prosecutors charging without evidence. None of that.
Yeah.
She's the only thing
None of
standing
that.
in their way from complete domination. And that's why they've started this witch hunt, this baseless case to take her out of their way, to take her down. Now we're doing everything we can at Hunt Hagen to represent Miss Jax to the best of our ability to stop this from happening. But let me rest assured that it is. Miss Jax will be proven innocent. We're thankful that the remaining portions of the justice system will see this case through and will exonerate her. I'm sure of it. There's simply not any evidence proving her guilt.
Tell him.
But I ask those watching, citizens of San Andreas, please, you need to be vigilant about your government because, just like in this case and many other cases, it's abusing its authority, coming after people like Miss Jax, who they want to take down so their lives are far easier, so they can allow their tyranny to take root in your government. Watch this case with open ears, open eyes, and watch your government with the scrutiny that it deserves. Because right now, we are looking at a corrupt institution. All the prosecutors, all the uh, detectives on this case, despite all
Yeah.
the evidence showing that she was innocent, they charged her anyway. They wanted
Yeah.
to take her down. I ask that this witch hunt cease. But at the end, I know that Miss Jax, she will be found innocent because she is. Thank you. Miss Jax, did you want to make a statement?
Uh, no, I'm okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
I'm happy to take any questions if you have them.
You, sir, are smart. You answered everything already. I love
Thank
Hot
you.
O'Hagan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I call a
Yeah!
press conference right there.
Justice will be served.
Justice.
That it will. Justice
Yes,
will be
no
served.
justice, no
Justice.
peace. No justice, no peace.
All right. Any questions? Weasel News. Anyone in the crowd here?
I think State Representative Justin Lee had something to say.
Yes, sir.
No, I do not. But since we're on the topic, do you think the
Spell
mind.
legislature.
Fuck you. Carry on.
He tried his best, everybody.
I thank you
Well
for the
done, State
attempt, sir.
Justin.
My mind got into a mix and a scramble, as they say. You know,
Spell
they
Wednesday.
might all call us corrupted. And you know what? I might have to agree with them. This government
What?
needs to be changed for the better. Mr. Hall, do you agree?
No, I agree, sir.
Good!
You know, I used to be a state representative. I tried my best to enact reform.
He's a communist.
That's not
Okay.
true. I tried my best,
He's
but
not
I
a
was
communist
unsuccessful.
anymore.
I was forced out.
Interesting. Where are you now? Where do you stand now?
Stand now on what, sorry?
You're not a communist, correct?
No,
Where do
no,
you stand?
I love America.
Do you?
Yes, I do.
Where
Mr.
do you
Oliver, how
stand? What is
much?
your position on the proposed Miranda Act legislation?
I can't say
The
that I've seen the
supposed
Miranda Act.
Which like
It's to ban all hot dogs in the city because my fiance got killed by one.
Well, I think that we should certainly get rid of all unsafe products, including hot dogs. Those things are terrible, disgusting.
And how do you feel about Burger Shot wanting to use my dead fiance's likeness and face to advertise selling more hot dogs?
That's terrible.
I agree.
Speaking of food, Oliver, do you have any I could have?
I have
I actu-
hamburgers. You want,
yes.
you want some hamburgers?
Mr. Hall,
Movie.
Mr. Hall, please stay on topic. Listen,
I wouldn't need
Hey,
hamburgers
stop
from.
that.
the topic
Stop that.
tonight is Adrian Jax and the heinous crimes they are accused of. What can you give us in black and white to tell the people this happened and this did not?
No, thank you for the question. Now, listen, the evidence is going to come forth throughout the trial. I mean, the prosecutors, they're going to do their best to smear Miss Jax, say that she associated herself with an organization to try and take out this individual, Mr. Rochester. Excuse me, you're a little bit close, ma'am. But yeah, no, you see, I want to make quite clear that their theory of the case doesn't make any sense at all if we really think about it. Now, Ms. Jax, remember, has been over the past many months repeatedly harassed, attacked,
I like that.
subjects to extremely violent events by the supposed victim. And at the end of it, are we really to believe that Ms. Jax, after being subjected to such horror, that she would want to try and go after this individual, that should really put herself in either even more harm's way, even if we're to accept that Ms. Jax was the most horrible, heinous individual that we've ever seen? Could we really accept that she'd do that? That she would put her life, her job at risk? But I want to say, before I go any further there, Miss Jax, not only is she a long-standing public servant who has shown her dedication to San Andreas and the law, working as lieutenant governor, working for the Department of Justice, working as a public defender, working with the legislature, and then ultimately becoming state public defender. Are we really to believe that she'd throw away her principles to go after this individual? It just doesn't make any sense. Why she'd associate with this group, the Skinners, is what they're saying. That just does not make any sense. Now, Miss Jax, of course, is a good person. With all that aside, there is simply no way in any conceivable universe that she would ever do something like that. She's a kind soul. So anything that they were alleging is a complete lie. And the only reason that we're even having this case is because they want to take her out. This witch hunt is not based on any evidence, facts, or law. It's based on their petty grievances with my client.
Well, who is leading this witch hunt?
The former detective Amar Krios and the prosecutors. Yes.
What are the charges that she's being charged with?
I have a full list here, and I'm happy to read them out for you all.
And then
Do it in increasing volume.
theoretically, say your client is like actually like part of the Skinners. What piece of the body would they skin?
I don't know anything about the Skinners, to be honest with you. All I can say is that
Increasing volume.
it's, of course, a lie. Now, let me go through the charges, because I do have a list for you. Now, she's first, count 1, accomplice to kidnapping. Count 2,
Oh, yeah.
accomplice to torture and mutilation. Count 3,
Louder,
attempted
please.
first-degree murder.
Oh no!
Oh my God.
Oh no!
Did she do it?
Murder!
Count 4, accomplice to organ harvesting. And count
Oh
did
my
5,
God.
do it?
incitement.
Did she do it?
Lenny,
No.
shut up.
Okay, I
No,
need to
my
know.
client
I
is
just
innocent
need
of
to
all
know.
charges.
Okay, I just need to
Absolutely
know.
not.
That's all. I just need to
Spoilers.
know.
Last
Okay.
question.
Go
If
ahead.
they would do it, what organ would they harvest?
And
I-
why?
And why?
Listen, I want to make clear. I don't know
Kidneys?
if Mr. Rochester was actually kidnapped and injured. I just don't know. The evidence doesn't support that he was. But what I can say is that if he actually was kidnapped and tortured, it certainly was not done by my client. She would have no information as to how he was injured because she did not do it.
There's a man here tonight that has a missing kidney and has been taken from him weeks ago, and the case is still not resolved. Do you think that connects to the situation that we're having here today?
Thank you. I think that anecdote illustrates the incompetence that we're seeing from the detectives, from the Department of Justice,
sucks
and from-
ass.
That's right. Thank you, sir. I don't
Agreed.
know who said that, but that's the
That's true.
incompetence that
MCD
we're
sucks
seeing.
ass.
And that same incompetence is founded in this case. They don't know who to pin this on, so they're going after my client.
You're a smart man.
Thank you, sir. Any other
Get off the
questions I
phone.
can answer?
Should we go today?
Yeah, we gotta go.
All right. Hearing none, members of Weazel News, thank you very much. Any questions from you guys?
Weazel
All right.
News has no questions at this time. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for showing up.
Adios.
No problem.